boy. Happy Monday, everybody. I am your girl, Miss Nicole Tyler. I am wearing my MTV shirt for y'all today on this rainy day. How are y'all doing today? Happy Monday. Yes, today is February 10th, 2020. How are you all doing today? Come on in the room. Come on in the room. Come on in the room. Hey, come on in the room so we can get the show started on today, this Monday. Yes, February 10th, 2020. Yes, yes, yes. Let's get it. Let's get it. What is going on the YouTube streets? Whatever I don't know, my Hearts and Roses is gonna call in and gonna let everybody know what the hell is going on the YouTube streets today, okay? The phone number is 804-528-7766. Let's get it. Let's go get it. Let's see if any of my moderators are in the house today. If not, they will be here soon. We got Manny, we got Shrimpine, we got Kind to Me, and we got Battle Cat. Yes. Now, I have not called anybody, so they may not be coming in. All right, we got a phone call already. The show, I didn't even get into no commentary. Let's see who is that calling. Hey, Battle Cat, let's see who's calling. Miss Nicole. Hey, hold on. Let me get you in the car.
Okay.
All right. Happy Monday to you. Do you know what the topic is? What do you want to talk about?
Yes, Miss Nicole, I know the topic.
What is the
topic?
I
love your outfit. You look so cute today, as usual.
Thank you. What is the topic we're going to be talking about? Jay Wilson,
QB, Jay Wilson, child, Miss Nicole,
Wiley, Tracy B, Simply Trey, and myself, Miss Nicole Tyler, is in it at the very end. Okay. And I'm in it at the very top, okay? Because I've been laying Jay Wilson down, honey. Go ahead. What is your comment, honey?
Before I say my comment, before I just forget to mention this, Miss Nicole, let me tell you something. This is Ness. You have a spirit every time I watch your chat that comes through my phone. I can have a bad day. You make me so happy, Miss Nicole. I'm getting goosebumps saying this right now. You have God in you. I don't care what nobody say. You are a blessing. Okay, I love you, Miss Nicole. I absolutely adore you.
Thank you so
that's the
much.
one.
All right.
You're welcome. And then the second thing I got to say is this. Okay, so Miss Nicole, first of all, my thing with QB is this. I feel like people are forgetting the fact that QB is a grown ass man. I'm sorry for cursing. I'm so sorry. Yeah. He is a grown man. He knows very well, like people, he has his voice will confuse you and you'll think you're dealing with a little kid. This man is in his mid to late 30s. He's almost in his midlife. So at the end of the day, like the way he's acting, I'm not going to give him a pass for the way he's acting because we have all lost somebody. And I'm not saying that. I know we all grieve differently, but like Jay Wilson did say, you shouldn't have called. You just should not have called if you felt like you wasn't in a position to handle it. Now, you doing all that cursing on his platform, I didn't like that either because before you hung up that phone, you made sure to curse. You made sure to say a curse word. And that wasn't for Wiley, that was for Jay Wilson. So you was doing things on purpose. Now, I'm the one who called into Five Babe's show earlier and she hung up on me, which I expected. And I'm going to finish what I had to say on here because I knew somebody was going to give me an opportunity to say it. So in regards to her,
okay, I feel like to be me. Okay, go ahead.
Exactly.
Oh, goodness.
So, I mean, in regards to her, I honestly do feel like her and QB been stopped liking Jay Wilson because people are like, they don't understand why people are mad at Jay Wilson. It's not understandable. The thing is, they wanted to find a reason to finally cut him off, and they took this because when you really look at it, Jay Wilson brought QB onto the platform and he let go. After that, his hands was clean. So from there, whatever happened, that was on them. So for them to sit up there and start taking call-ins, Five Babe knows good and well that the people that are calling in are going to call in and start bashing Jay Wilson. Right. So for her to try to sit there and say, I still love Jay Wilson, that's a whole bunch of BS. Because you know good and well those people was going to call in and say what they had to say. Now, Jay Wilson, he's doing the same thing that she's doing. Because now he's accepting call-ins, knowing good and well those people that are calling in man would say something about her and would be on his side. So it's like none of them are really friends at the end of the day. They need to stop acting and start keeping it real. This is why Miss Nicole stand alone. Miss Nicole ain't got to show herself to nobody. She don't got to answer to nobody. She can do what she want on her platform. And all of y'all running around like chickens with their heads cut off because you guys are trying to be loyal to people when you just need to just run it like the business it is. It is what it is. So that's all I really had to say. If I remember, I'll call in later on towards the end. But again, I love you. Don't you ever stop what you're doing, Miss Nicole. Don't ever stop. And your daughter is so beautiful. She is so beautiful. I saw her at the party yesterday.
Yeah,
oh my God, like I had so much fun.
Oh, we had a very good time. We did.
All right, Miss Nicole. I'll let you go. You have a good one.
All right. Caller, call back in. Okay, well, the caller got the show popping. Okay, she got the show popping. She's already telling you all her assessment of what's going on between Jay Wilson, QB, Fab Babe, and Wally. A lot of people are mad at Wally. A lot of people are mad at Jay Wilson, and a lot of people are mad at QB. Now, this story has so many legs, y'all, because some people saying it started way back on QB's platform when Jay Wilson, when they were all still together, they were having some conflict, but they were still together, and they went on QB's platform as the gentleman's panel, I believe. Wally was on the show, was on the platform with them, along with Simply Trey and along with Rico. Remember that infamous nudation that Rico did at the 9.5 inches that went all across the damn YouTube streets, okay? And people were saying that Jay Wilson was really mad at QB since then. Also before then too, I forgot the argument that happened on all this stuff from the gentleman's panel when QB got the argument because Simply Trey was up there, I believe, and he was going at it with El Teddy, and QB was cursing and he muted Jay Wilson. So people were saying that a lot of it stemmed from there. You all have to keep up with the YouTube streets. Call back. I'm here. You have to keep up with the YouTube streets to know what is going on, y'all. So people are saying it stemmed from then, okay? And people are really pissed off because Jay Wilson has always said that he would never have Wally on his show. Now, in a couple of months ago, let me let this person call in because I'm trying to give y'all a little bit of what I know. Hello, this is Miss Nicole Tyler, because a lot of you all do know what's going on, y'all. This is a hot topic. Welcome to Car Chronicles. What is your comment on what's going on the YouTube streets?
What's going on is that there are a lot of eyes on you, Nicole. There's eyes on you, Fab Babe. You are the future. And I just became acquainted to this whole sector. I've introduced it to the right people, and it's interesting up until the point where you guys start doxing one another. Then it takes it to a whole new level. But for the most part, I find it entertaining. But what's disturbing is hetero males, straight males like myself, we don't feel welcomed into this community. Case in point, one of the first YouTubers I ever interacted with was Fab Babe, and I told her how much I loved her channel. And that bald-headed guy, what's his name, Caldwell, he accused me of having a creepy voice and some other things. It was attacked for no other reason that I was showing support for Fab Babe. So once we take aside all the doxing nonsense and we focus on actually providing news and entertainment, I think you will see true superstars emerge like you and Fab Babe, and there might be some other ones. I think this Flo Becca has talent. But you, Nicole, stay true to what you do and who you are. That comes through, like the previous caller said. It comes through. We appreciate you. I'm supporting. I will be financially supporting as well. But stay above the fray. Stay above the nonsense. And you are really about inclusivity. You welcome hetero males calling in. You're really, you're not discriminating against certain groups. No. And I appreciate that. So I just wanted to give you support until you keep doing what you're doing, Nicole. We are watching, and you do have a strong fan base.
Oh, well, thank you so much, caller. Thank you so much. So get back in the chat and watch the show. I forgot where I was. I was trying to give you all a backstory, according to a lot of other YouTubers and what's in the YouTube streets, when all of this started. So people are saying that it actually started on the gentleman's panel. QB had, he went. He became unhinged. He muted Jay Wilson. Simply Trey came on there. He invited him on there. People are saying that was an ambush and all kinds of things. Fast forward to, well, I guess during this time or even before, Wiley had been really poking at QB. Also, we had Rick Reed poking at QB when Rick Reed put out some information about Rick Reed put out some information about QB. He talked about his deceased husband, and he talked about some unpleasant things that may have happened or may have not happened in their relationship or regarding the death of QB's husband. Actually, I was in that live. I was watching when Woman to Woman posted in there under a troll page, which she's gonna say this isn't true, but anyway, I know it to be true. Not to be throwing you out there, girl, but I'm just gonna keep it real. When she posted it in there that Rick Reed is posting, saying some things about your deceased husband. I don't know what context it was. I don't think it was derogatory or anything that she said, but I think I saw when QB's face, when he saw that in the comment section in the chat, I think he looked real sad to me. He looked surprised and he looked real sad when he saw it. What she had posted, okay? And I think maybe after she posted it, I think one or two other people posted it in there what Rick Reed was saying. So I think that had happened at that time or before that time, before Wiley got a hold to stalking QB, in my opinion, and putting out some unpleasant things about QB, saying that he knows QB. In my opinion, Wiley always starts out nice. He always says, "Oh, I love you, man. Come on my platform. It could be me and you." But in my opinion, Wiley would do all these things, get your information. If he can get your phone and go through it, he will. He has been known to do these things. I'm not lying. So he started off with QB like that, and then oh yeah, even before that, I forgot all about the church incident, because Wiley keeps on bringing the church. It's so much, y'all. Wiley keeps on bringing up the church incident when QB came to his church. Now, this happened way back in 18, early part of 19 or something like that. So Wiley, in his defense, this is what he's going to say that why he was doing these things to QB. Okay, so anyway, Wiley went on Patreon, and Wiley said that QB's husband beat him up. He said that he had been in some type of sexual love affair with QB, and QB gave him an STD. He said some things about QB's mother. And what else did he say? He said a couple of things about QB. I think I tried to write some of this stuff down. But anyway, for the most part, those are some of the things that he said, that he'd been knowing QB for a long time. They hang out together. They've been to parties together and things like that. Now, QB had known about this because I had heard it too in the YouTube streets, but didn't nobody really say anything about it. So I wasn't really going to say anything about it either, because I don't really subscribe to anybody on Patreon. But I had heard about it too, and QB heard about it as well. So I'm guessing QB just ignored it, because I guess he was saying some things about it, but it wasn't really no outrage about what Wiley was saying. I guess he was saying, well, I'm not going to really get involved. I mean, I'm just going to leave Wiley alone, because Wiley, he make me want to really do something to him, so I'm gonna just let him tell his lies. I'm not gonna say anything to him. But I know QB was very upset that somebody's putting out that you didn't gave them an STD and all these kinds of things. Okay, so fast forward to, I guess, last night or night before, whenever it was, when Jay Wilson has always been saying that he is never going to have Wiley on his platform, because Wiley and Jay Wilson, they do not get along. Everybody in our sector knows that they do not get along. Wiley catfished Jay Wilson. Allegedly, it was Brianna Simone. Allegedly, so I'm not sure, but I've heard recently that it was Brianna Simone that catfish Jay Wilson, got him to come out of the closet. You all know they said that Jay Wilson pondered on the emails for like a couple of weeks because the person was saying, I guess, I don't know what they were saying in the emails. You all could call me and enlighten me. But anyway, they were saying that they were going to expose Jay Wilson's sexuality if he did not come out. And they were saying these things in these emails, and he finally came out, and instead of him saying he's gay, he said he's bisexual. So he really still did not come out. They're saying that Wiley is behind those emails. Okay, so Jay Wilson never really forgave him for that. Jay Wilson never forgave him because Jay Wilson met up with DKL, Duchess Kelly Love. Somehow Wiley was saying that he was invited, and that they were supposed to meet on some type of I think they said they was gonna go zip lining in real life, but Wiley took it and said like they were going to some spa. Wiley turned all that around and said they were going to a spa, which was not true. Wiley just tell a lot of lies. What else? Wiley has done so many different things. What else did he do to Jay Wilson? He did something else that just slipped my mind. Y'all put it in the chat. What did he do to Jay Wilson? Well, anyway, it'll come back to me. But anyway, with all these things that's going on between Jay Wilson and, Wiley went to the hospital. I even did a video on this. And I guess Jay Wilson was feeling sorry for Wiley. And Jay Wilson only sent like $20 while Wiley was online in the hospital. He made like this big deal, like Jay Wilson is acting like he done gave me so much money, he's only giving me $20. So people was outraged by that, because they're like, man, this person don't have to give you no doggone donation or no money to help you to feel better or help you with your doctor bill or something, and you putting them on blast. So anyway, bad blood between Jay Wilson and Wiley. Okay, so all this whole time Jay Wilson been saying, he can't stand Wiley. Everybody knows this. Just like Chopper and Tatum Badussi, they supposed to be not ever getting together either. Like what the hell is going on in the YouTube streets when you see Badussi and Chopper getting along and being on each other's show? What is going on with that? Or they acting cordial towards each other like it really was a full moon over the weekend? Okay. All right. So anyway, Jay Wilson was having a show. He was interviewing Andrea Lynch, whoever she is. I guess she's a subscriber. She was on his show. I don't even know what the hell they was talking about. In came Wiley. Okay, now I was watching the interview because people had been talking about it, so I was trying to catch up on it today at work. I became upset with the damn interview because he kept bringing up my name. He brought it up maybe a couple of times, okay, maybe 2 or 3 times. And I was pissed the hell off because he said in one sentence or one statement that he would never like me because he presented it to Wiley that me and Wiley went on Wiley's show. This is Jay Wilson. We went on Wiley's show. I went on Wiley's show. And that I said that L. Teddy and his father got together. Jay Wilson and L. Teddy's father got together. Which I keep on telling y'all that I got that from Simply Trey, but he just would not go back and forth with Simply Trey because Simply Trey ain't got no numbers. Okay, he want to come at me, I'm popping. Okay, so he told Wiley, well, you don't want to you should have fact checked and seen if it was the truth or not. So when he said that, I was really pissed off in school for a minute. I had to calm my damn self down. And I said, what the hell you talking about? So when you receive emails of people doxing and people putting out dirt on each other, sending emails, you trying to tell me and Wiley that we need to fact check when somebody sent you some information like last April or May, maybe July, I don't know, it was in July of 19, saying that I live in low income housing and that my daughter got pregnant at 19. Okay, at 14. Okay, now let me tell you this, Jay Wilson. Now, when you came out with that mess, I didn't even hear you say it, but people was posting it in my damn chat when I went live. They were saying, oh, Nicole, this is what Jay Wilson is saying about you. But, okay, you up there trying to chastise Wiley last night to tell him he need to fact check to see if this mess is true between you and their Teddy Daddy. But yet you going to put out some mess about me via email. So how does that even work? How does that even work? That you trying to tell him some mess that you ain't doing your damn self about me before you went on your nasty, ugly channel and put that dirt out about me and my child, which is not even true. And you see, I didn't even address you. I think I said something about it months ago, but I ignored it because guess what? I don't really have to do no statements or clean it up on lies. See, it was a lie, so I don't have to come and defend me or my damn child. Okay, but then fast forward to last night, you gonna tell some damn Wiley, oh, you need to fact check emails. Like you don't do it either, okay? That's what I gotta say to you, Jay Wilson. 804-528-7766. Okay. Now, you're going to have the nerve to keep bringing up Tracy in the same damn interview last night with you and Wiley. Well, your queen is this. Well, your queen docs. First of all, let me tell you something, Jay Wilson. You mean let's keep it trill. Let's keep it 100. You mean to tell me, Jay Wilson, that you taking pictures of power lines near where Tracy live? That ain't no kind of stalking. I'll wait. See, what you don't do, Jay Wilson, you don't take accountability. You mean to tell me, let's keep it real, that you are infatuated with power lines? Tell the hearts and roses. Because you know that you took that picture to tease Tracy. That is why you took that picture, to intimidate, stalk, and tease Tracy. That is your intent. You are a malicious, lying loser. Let me. I got another one for you. Since Tracy is this huge doxer, and you just the pastor of the sector with such high morals and high standards. What about you taking a picture of the gas pump near where Tracy live? Let's keep it real. Let's keep it trill. So you just running around, just taking the pictures of gas pumps. See, you don't take accountability. You quick to throw Tracy under the bus. You quick to throw VS under the bus. You quick to talk about me, how you don't like me, but I don't like you either. How about that? It goes both ways. How about that? But at least I'm accountable for my actions. You are not. You sat up there, stalked Tracy, took pictures of those power lines, and you took pictures of a gas station and alluded to the fact that Tracy lives somewhere around there. Did you or did you not? I got a phone call. Hello, this is Miss Nicole Tyler. What is your comment on Jay Wilson? Is he the cause of QB quitting YouTube? Allegedly.
Yes, hi, Miss Nicole. This is Miss Philadelphia.
Hey, Miss Philadelphia. I'm glad you called in because I was getting ready to get heated. What is your comment? That daggone Jay Wilson. Woo.
My comment is, first, well, I did want to make a comment about 5A pertaining to Jay Wilson.
Yeah, we're gonna get there, but go ahead. We're gonna get there.
Okay, I'm so glad that she went over there and called him out on his wrongdoing, something that he refuses to do for her. And that's why it backfired. She had no problem with getting up on her platform saying, Jay Wilson, I don't like what you did. You were wrong. But he can't do the same. So that's number one. Number two, Jay Wilson is so set in his ways. He's so stubborn. At this point in the game, why can't you understand? It's not that you had Wiley on there. The problem is when Wiley started going down that road with someone that's a dear friend of yours, you should have shut it down. That's
right.
It. You can have whoever you want on your platform. But when they start saying derogatory things about the same way you ride for 5A, when I called in Jay Wilson live, he wouldn't let me get a word out pertaining to 5A. He was screaming. He was cutting me off. He would not let me say nothing against her. And for you to sit up there and let Wiley sit on this platform and not only discuss QB, but his dear husband. QB is a member of the gentleman's panel. Jay Wilson don't have any respect and any loyalty for nobody. The only reason why he won't let anybody say anything about 5A is because he's counting her pocket.
Hold on, next caller. Hold on. You can get another minute in. Get another minute. I got to take another call. Go ahead, Miss Philadelphia.
Yeah, so, I mean, at the end of the day, Jay Wilson should have got on his platform and he said, you know what, QB, that was not my intentions. I apologize for not shutting that line of questioning down. That's all he had to say. He could have had Wally up there and asked him a million
But the
questions.
thing
But when
is
Wally,
Jay Wilson holds grudges. Jay Wilson holds grudges. He's always after the numbers and he's always after the coin. He never cared about no doggone QB. And I do agree with QB to a certain extent that seeing somebody that's I'm supposed to be the house of Jay Wilson. I brought you money. I brought you super chats. And then to have somebody who's supposed to be both of our enemy on your platform dogging me out and you really letting it happen. Yeah, I would have took offense and I would have got pissed off when it, I mean, because sometimes, like I said, Wiley over there spreading rumors on Patreon. I didn't gave this man an STD. I done slept with this man. My husband done beat me up. You're talking about my doggone mom. You've been knowing me and hanging out with me and telling all these damn lies. And you sitting up there letting it go down on your platform. So I do understand the frustration and anger that QB displayed last night. Oh, go ahead, Miss.
absolutely, and that's the thing. He don't do it. If you're going to be biased to everybody in your camp. If you protect Five Babe like she's the son of like she's Jesus Christ, the Savior, then you should done the same thing for QB. You
Right.
protected Five Bay at all costs, but when it comes to QB, you let Wally throw him right under the bus. I would have docked Wally right off of my platform when he started saying all those nasty things about QB. You set your butt up there and you let him say whatever he want and got all his mess off to your viewers. I would be upset with him too. And instead of him coming out here and apologizing, you have to pick your battles. Now, was this worth you standing by your decision? Was it worth losing a friendship with QB instead of you just being a man? You can't tell people how to feel. If someone say you've hurt me and that wasn't your intention, be man enough or woman enough to say, you know what, but that wasn't my intentions and I
That's not
apologize
in
because our
NJ Wilson.
friendship.
That is not NJ Wilson because if you notice a couple of days ago, Friday, he was saying these lies about me. Jay Wilson was lying about me, and I did the same thing that QB did. I kept putting lies. You're lying. You're telling lies. I was saying this about Jay Wilson, and all he did was put more sugar on poop. He didn't even try to get the truth out of me. He didn't don't want the truth. He just I don't like this woman, so I'm gonna keep on spewing lies. And it just came to the point where QB had to call in and cuss and go in. And I think that he should have went in on Jay Wilson and Wiley at that point because I feel like QB would have made Jay Wilson some damn money. I said it, and he has got him numbers. Okay, so yeah. If I was QB, I would just be done with Jay Wilson. Everybody knows how Jay Wilson is, so I don't know how these people think that all of us are lying on these people when we've been in the same sector with these people for 2 years or more. Go ahead. Let me give you 30 more seconds.
Okay, yeah, Jay Wilson is horrible, and it's all about the money. Like I said, he protected Five Bay for his own interest. He don't care nothing about her.
He don't care
And for
about no
you to
Five
do that to
Babe.
QB, yeah, he had no consideration because if like Five Bay put Tracy on her platform and they drag Mark, he ain't gonna like that. He
Oh,
ain't gonna say, "Oh, you can have whoever you want on your platform." Then
he
he ain't
sure
gonna like
not.
that not one bit.
Nope, he would not like that, not one bit. And I was listening to a little bit of Fab Babe today, and she said that she was listening to. She said in the title, Jay Wilson had Nicole, Tyler, and Tracy. But she said every time she get into the video, he starts talking about equating Tracy to Fab Babe, saying that they're both kind of like the same or something along those lines. And she said she was like, "Hold on, what is he talking about? He talked to me behind the scenes. He talking to me behind the scenes." So I think that it was just coming with Fab Babe and Jay Wilson's relationship coming to an end anyway. So go ahead,
Yes,
man.
Miss Nicole, you summed it up in a nice way. I'm going to sum it up in the realest way possible. She sat right on her platform and threw Jay Wilson under the bus, dragged him, and let her callers drag him. And she just made it very clear, I'm going to call you out on your mess. And that's what he get because he refused to call her out on hers. So now he see where he stand at with her. She don't give a damn about him. One false move, and he's on the chopping block. I
Jay
said
Wilson
it.
is not a man. I said it. Jay Wilson is not a man. Y'all know I don't be talking loud all day till I get in this car, so my voice is like trying to break through and come out. Jay Wilson is not a man, y'all. Because a real man would have been called that stuff out that 5A was doing on the platform, but that lets you know that Jay Wilson only using her for her name, for the 1,000 in the chat. He using her for clout. Okay, let me take the next caller, Miss Philadelphia. Thank you for calling in, beautiful.
You're welcome. All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. That lets you know, that lets everybody know how Jay Wilson really gets down. He don't really like no doggone 5A. Okay, this is Nicole Tyler. What is your comment on is Jay Wilson the reason that QB quit YouTube, or is it Wiley?
I think it's a combination of both. This is Yamin from Philly.
Hey, Yamin, how are you today?
I'm alright. Rainy
Yeah,
day,
it's
but
rainy.
I'm alright. Yeah,
Long as it's not snowing, I'm good.
I'm keeping my eyes on the streets and combing certain areas. I was able to call up Jay Wilson on his live today.
Oh wow, I missed all the stuff. Okay, go ahead. What did you say? What happened?
Well, he doesn't like to be challenged, but I was able to offer 3 questions. But we just put a lot of emphasis on deflecting and saying, 2 minutes. Even when I was in the first 30 seconds of speaking. But you know what I think?
What do you think?
I think, well, I know that my opinion is different than most people. I have an unpopular opinion. The only fault that I could, in this situation, and I have my gripes about Jay Wilson, but in this situation, the only thing that I could point to, like if I was to place blame, was to say that he allowed the Cyclops dude to go over there and speak unfavorably of someone that he has a visible relationship with on YouTube.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah.
Okay,
but the rest of the part, I'm going to place on Bushwick Bill, the QB of the Midwest. I think he's overreacting, and I think as a result of him overreacting, I think he's making a mountain out of a molehill. I'm not saying he's making something out of nothing. A molehill is definitely something, but I think what Jay Wilson is responsible in this situation is minor. And I think his ego was crushed by the fact that Jay Wilson was petty and grudge holding enough to mute him in the same fashion that he muted Jay Wilson when he allowed Wiley to ambush that whole situation.
Right, Wiley in the middle again.
Caused that whole kerfuffle with James Caldwell and the gentleman's thing. Yeah, I mean, yeah, and I think that I think the outpouring that people are having, it comes off like a pity party pep rally that they're having for this dude. And this is a man.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna have no pity party for QB.
Right, he's looking for that. But I think what people are, and just listen to me for a second. I think what people are responding to is the video that Bushwick Bill made. You understand? Like if he allowed that to go by in the same way that the people of the gentleman's panel allowed that to go by, like with the Wiley situation, without like everyone there didn't make a video. That's what I'm saying. Like when Wiley came into that situation, he came into the entire panel. Everyone didn't make like a response video. Like even James Caldwell, he didn't make a video immediately. He just stepped away. But as a result of him stepping away, the streets began buzzing and talking. Like I think that's what people are reacting to now. I think they're reacting to his tears. This is a grown man crying like a kitchen bitch. He in his 30s.
Yeah, I think he might have over-exaggerated.
I want to see people run to.
I think he over-exaggerated.
But at pity parties, I want to see people run to black females in the same way that they run into him. Like, nah, it's a lot of politics in it. And yes, there was some disloyalty. I asked Jay, of course, because he didn't want to touch on it. But it is an issue of loyalty. But then when you speak of loyalty, there's degrees of loyalty. And how do we know that he don't distinguish one type of loyalty, like from let me create a phrase.
But hold on, let let me ask you a question. Hold
But let
on.
me just say this.
Hold on. Now let's get to what Wiley's. Hold on, because I know you're going. I don't want to be going towards the loyalty thing. I want to try to stick with the facts and the facts. Okay.
Yeah, but it's because, relative to their relationship. Let me just say this.
You talking about Jay Wilson and QB relationship?
Yeah, like what they display. I'm saying, how do we know that Jay Wilson, right, don't distinguish like one type of loyalty from event alliance loyalty? And the reason I'm saying that, because I think that their alliance is a fake alliance. I think that they're only together as a result of an event that's coming up, and or projects like on YouTube, like such as the Gentleman's Panel. That's one example.
Okay, well, I agree with that. All of that is true. That's not, nobody's disputing what you're saying. That is very true. But we're saying that we're. But hold on. Because you're going into hold on. Nobody is disputing that what you just said. That is what's holding all of their friendship together when it comes to QB, Fab Babe, and Jay Wilson together is their events, their money, going, staying loyal only for super chats and things like that. We're not disputing that. What we are talking about is QB getting so upset with Jay Wilson and Wiley, because Wiley was on Jay Wilson's show, and also because Wiley had previously put out false rumors saying that that they had sex, they were lovers, and he gave him an STD. That his husband used to beat him up, and he said some unfavorable things about his mother. So QB,
and I think that those are all things that he should take up with Wiley, and not throw so much of the blame. Again, I do acknowledge that Jay Wilson does have a part in it. I think it's a minor part, but I think that it was Bushwick Bill's tears, the tears that he was screeching. He made a video, he was screaming and squirming and screeching.
Yeah, he was very upset, like he always gets.
Yeah,
he always gets so upset.
This is a grown man in his 30s. I'm an STL man, and I still don't see that from people in my community. Like I'm not used to that, and I think it was his tears that got like this big reaction from like this outpouring of people that's running to him trying to lick his wounds and console. Nah, he chose to deal with that, man. Like this is the fallout that other people had predicted, and I want to see it play out.
Yeah.
Like the only thing that I ever respected from Jay Wilson, and I don't have much respect for him because I don't like him coming at you. But the only thing that I respect, seen that was redeemable from him was today's him saying that he was going to stand him. And I want him to continue to stand.
About time,
because I want him to continue to show him.
Don't just start standing in something today because your money might be taken away. Okay, be because your super chats and your subscribers and your viewership, it might go down. I don't need you to stand in it for that. I need you to stand in everything that you're doing. Like when you throw me in the mix and say that I need to fact check when you to put out some unfavorable things about my living quarters and my child. Okay.
Yeah, but and some of the responses coming from the outpouring for Bushwick Bill to me is sickening to watch. Seriously, like, oh, please come back.
30 more seconds.
Stop it with the shit. We all know that he's going to come back. It's a lie. He's mad and he's emotional. Like, if anybody in these streets think that Bushwick Bill at some time in the future, it could be the near future or not so near future, but then he's not going to return back to YouTube.
Oh, we know that.
Watching these streets.
We know he's going to come back. We know he's going to. I was just being facetious. So
why did he lie though? And you know what?
Because that's what spoiled people do. They throw temper tantrums. They don't temper tantrums. Oh, this what happened to me. Look what happened to me.
This term to get acting like a term to get kitchen bitch.
Yeah, he's mad at Fab Babe and he's mad at Jay Wilson. Let's keep it real.
And a peen between his legs.
I think he's mad at both of them.
None of that.
I think he's mad at Fab Babe and Babe
Nation. And I see him like making fun of your parents doing this like garbage patch kid stuff. I don't like him neither. Like, I mean, him. Then he titled this video like "fuck off." That's something that like lovers say when they angry with one another. I mean, that didn't even apply to what he was griping and what his grievances were for Jay Wilson, like the whole "fuck off" thing. Because Jay Wilson ain't reaching for him.
Well, he kept on.
They had a whole fake alliance between between the 5A, between Jay Wilson and QB.
Right.
And see,
Okay.
people thought that QB was gonna fall out with 5A first. No, that's gonna happen later down the pipe.
All right. Let me
You know
let
what I
you
mean? But
go.
this
Let me
whole
let you go. Let me let you go, y'all mean, because I got another call coming.
all right, have
Call
a good
back.
one.
Okay, back. Okay. Hello, this is Nicole Tyler. What is your comment? Sorry about that.
No. Hi, Miss Nicole. How are you?
Hey, I'm doing fine. I'm doing fine, but I think that QB is mad at Fab Babe and he's mad at Jay Wilson. So this was just some type of excuse, even though he should be mad at Wiley as well. But he used Wiley to basically come at Jay Wilson, and he also wants to come at Fab Babe, but he's holding off on that because he still might make some money at Fication. Okay, so Fab Babe wants to come at Jay Wilson anyway, so this was just her excuse to just smack him around a little bit because
Okay.
she knows that in my opinion she knows that he's really depending on her for those super chats, cash apps, and the subscriber and the viewers. Okay, that is how I feel. Okay, ma'am. Yes. What is your comment?
Okay. Number one, I feel that QB's reaction, although no one can tell someone how to react,
Right. That's
his
true.
reaction to what Wiley said, he's given it, he needs to step back. He's given it way too much. You should never allow someone on YouTube who tells a lie about you. You shouldn't give them that much power to where it affects you emotionally that much. If that's the case, you need to step away from YouTube. And I'm not saying that he doesn't have a reason to be upset about being lied on. He does. No one wants to be lied
Right.
on, and no one wants anyone in the family to be lied on. That's number one. Number two, Jay Wilson has never been loyal to anyone or anything but
No.
the almighty dollar. When people say that Jay Wilson has stepped up for Fly Babe or other people in the sector, that's absolutely not true.
That's not
Because
true.
Jay Wilson stood on the sideline, and for weeks, James Caldwell came on YouTube and dragged Fly Babe fulfilled. He never said a word.
Right.
The only thing he said was, well, they both need to stop calling names. The only time Jay Wilson has ever stepped out of his shell to protect a woman or a woman of color is when he saw Tommy Sotomayor. He saw an opportunity to go at a bigger fish to make
That's
more
right.
coin
That's
and
true.
make money out of it.
Yeah, that's
So,
true.
and like I said earlier in Firebabe's chat, Jay Wilson is telling you in his moniker, The Rider Lives, that he's not a writer. He's not a writer, dies for
No.
anybody.
No.
He
Except the money.
he's for himself, and he will never apologize when he gets it wrong. He didn't apologize when he lied about Larry Nelson's daughter being in the picture with him.
Did not take accountability.
He snuck out. Yeah, he hid for days before he came out and said anything, and he never admitted he had it wrong. So what I'm saying is, in conclusion, no one should expect him to feel sorry or feel bad or have remorse about getting the facts wrong. Jay Wilson projects a lot. He likes to say that people are they're lying or they're making up or they're not fact checking. The person who's not fact checking is Jay Wilson. And when I heard, this is my last comment,
All
Mr.
right.
Paul. When I heard the only time Jay Wilson was ever forced to come out and tell the truth about something is when Wiley had catfished him and threatened to
Right.
release it on
And he have
YouTube.
not told the
So
truth about that. He still ain't told the truth that he's really gay.
exactly. He wanted to walk the line and say, oh, well, he's bi, which I can't question whether or not he's bi. I don't know. I'm not in his body. But that's the only time he was ever
forced to come on and tell a scintilla of the truth is when it was being hung over his head like a carrot and
Right.
was threatened to be dropped on the YouTube
Well,
street.
let me
So
ask you.
no
Let me
one should
say this,
expect
ma'am. Do you know that
that.
another thing that I said is that Jay Wilson only invited Wiley on the show because he didn't have to invite him on StreamYard. When Wiley pulled up in backstage, he could have just said, "No, Wiley, you can't come on here." But he knew before you go on stage, you got to click the person on. So he knew Wiley was
Right,
coming on. Okay. But the only reason, in my
right,
opinion, is that he let him on there because he still ain't answering none of my damn questions. He ain't answered no questions
right,
about Mark. He ain't answered no questions about Mark's son and what happened at that damn dinner. He's still running and projecting and deflecting. Okay, he still ain't answered no
and
questions
you're
about those
right.
11 gifts. This is what it's always about. With a lot of times people try to throw me like, okay, if I do this, they won't remember that Nicole did videos saying this and that. See, and
Right,
a lot of why he had Wiley on that show is to deflect from me. And he knew that he still would have a good show with Wiley because they have so much history that they both hated each other. So it would still make for a good show. It would keep us talking. But still, my show is still here, Jay Wilson. And me and my Hearts and Roses still want to know what's going on with Mark. We want to know about the 11 gifts. We still want to know about all those questions that all of my people asked you because we know that you are running. Okay. And one
and
more thing.
all of those questions remain unanswered. So if
Right,
Jay
because he
Wilson, if you're
deflected.
listening,
He want
if you're,
us, right, he
yeah,
want us talking about
yeah,
Fab
if
Babe. He want us talking about
right,
Wiley. He want us talking about QB. And another thing I want to say, this is just a little bit off topic, not all the way. I want to say this. I do not believe that Butter was in that chick's live. That was Fab Babe. Why in the hell?
I
Why
don't
in
know
the
why he would be over
why
there
in the
either.
hell would Butter just out of the blue show the hell up and go over there? Do that make any sense to y'all? That won't nobody but
No, it
Fab
makes no
Babe.
sense.
That
It
that
makes
is
no sense. I
Fab
think
Babe.
there's a lot.
Fab Babe makes up
I think
narratives. She makes up narratives.
I
She
think
makes up troll pages. She do all this crazy stuff too. Let's just not negate all these facts about what they do in Babe Nation. Yes, they do, y'all. And when I heard that Butter was over there, I said, "Ain't no damn Butter." I said, "Y'all, are y'all
yeah,
serious?
but
Y'all believe that's some damn Butter over there? That ain't talking about something he gonna kick QB behind. That won't nobody but Fab Babe." So that is why people are
yeah,
saying that Jay Wilson and Fab Babe set up QB. Okay. All right, go ahead, ma'am. I'll let you
well,
get your last statement out.
it it's not impossible to think that's what happened. And what I can honestly say, Miss Nicole, is the most pressing questions that we want answered, or most of us want answered in these YouTube streets. Jay Wilson has a chance and a platform to answer them, but yet and still he chooses to deflect by talking about women and what they choose to wear on their
Right,
head and
right.
where they choose to sit at to provide their content. Answer if you really want to know what the people want, and he claims to be smart enough to know what the people want. Answer the questions that people have been asking for months. Point blank
If
period.
Jay Wilson cared about his platform, his integrity, his God, like he says he cares about God, he would have thought about Wiley. Wiley has done a lot of bad stuff. He said he would never have Wiley on the show. Remember what Wiley said about Rebel Son's mom? That Rebel Son couldn't even pay for his mom's funeral. Now,
Yeah,
Rebel Son is
yeah,
supposed to be real cool with Jay Wilson. Why would you have somebody
yeah.
on your platform when we're all on a gentleman's panel trying to make money together, but you got this man on here who is a huge conflict of interest? Nobody even likes this damn man. And he just
But
said some shots about my
guess
dead
what, Miss
mom.
Nicole? You,
Like
you're
that
right.
go to show you that Jay Wilson would do anything to run away from responsibility. He would do anything to run away from hard work. He would do anything to run away from the truth. Okay, this is Jay Wilson. Jay Wilson has commitment issues. Look at his damn work history. The man don't have no job. The only thing that he is committed to is some damn YouTube and keeping up mess at the age of 49 and 50 years old. And it is a
And
damn shame that he would give Wiley a platform when he know Wiley and him have bad blood. He do not care about you. new subscribers, nor his platform. No, none of Fire Babe, QB, Wiley, Rubber Son, L Teddy. He don't care about none of y'all. And he
Yeah,
done,
but
he done
isn't it?
showed this over and over
But don't you
again. Go
find
ahead,
it?
ma'am.
Don't you find it
Call
awfully
back, caller.
strange?
Go ahead, ma'am.
Don't you find it awfully strange that when Wiley was first, when QB wanted to first interview Wiley, or when L Teddy first wanted to interview Wiley on a gentleman's panel, when it was one of their nights to have it on their platform, Jay Wilson didn't want it. Now, when you get a chance to, when he gets a chance to have Wiley on his platform all by himself and getting the revenue for it, now you're all for hearing Wiley's story and wanting to know if Wiley changed. But just a month ago, you said you never wanted him on anything associated with you.
Right.
So it just makes no sense.
Yeah, I think that in that instance, I think that Jay Wilson came out the victor because Wiley went on his platform, caused all that craziness. Yeah. Jay Wilson got the super chats. Jay Wilson got the numbers, and he'll get his little check from AdSense. But Wiley, in my opinion, Wiley looked really bad after QB came on there, and the whole check turned on Wiley because because people know Wiley's history with TSCC and all of the horrible things that they did. And the truth is, to you all, VS after Tatum Badissi came out and said that Wiley was messing up his bag, the TV show, okay, after he said he was messing up his bag. And he got Wiley away from VS, which that was an act of the enemy to break them apart, which it did work. VS even came out and said that a lot of the stuff that she won't even doing, Wiley was doing a lot of the damn stuff. And I really believe that because Wiley, if you all remember, Fabe brought up in her video today how Wiley put a picture of her on his website of her having underwear on and a bra or something. Yeah. They also did that to me. They also went and looked up my history on MySpace and had a lot of my photos on Wiley's website.
Yeah, Wiley's been a part of. Wiley's been a part of the Met from the beginning,
right?
And for Jay Wilson to even have him on his platform to try to quote unquote clean or try to clear his image, what did you think you were going to get? No one on YouTube thought Wiley had changed Jay Wilson. No one thought he changed. He changed.
But look,
so
he did not care because he don't want to answer no questions about Mark.
Exactly. That's true.
That I'm telling y'all what people would do just to keep from being honest, keep from telling the truth. They would change the subject. They would do all of those things. Look at Jay Wilson's behavior. All because he came for little old me, and he thought that me and him was gonna go. It was gonna be this Tracy and Nicole thing. I mean, this Tracy and Jay Wilson. He thought that it was gonna be okay. I can make some money off Nicole Tyler. But when Nicole Tyler started hitting him, he thought it was gonna be like a murderous weekend. When I talked about him having thunder thighs and having trade behind the Planet Fitness, he thought he was gonna get the murderous weekend, Nicole. No, that's in September.
No,
you're gonna get the Nicole Tyler that wants to know about Mark. And his dinner, and his 11 gifts, and his cash out parties. I want to know about that.
And guess what? The good news is we can still keep pressing him and asking him until we get those answers, which I ever doubt we will.
Keep on asking, y'all. Keep on asking. And he's talking about something. I don't want nobody to know where I work. If you stop lying, nobody will be asking you about where you work. If you stop trying to be condescending and looking down on your people who support you, nobody will want to know where you work. But no, this is what you do. You sit up there and put people down. Put people down in their cars, or you're homeless. Or you find out somebody might have problems paying their rent, or somebody might have problems living arrangements. You talk about those things in a negative way. And mainly, you're supposed to be a pastor. You are supposed to be hitting these people up behind the scenes or on the camera, whatever else, and you are supposed to be praying and offering libations and things like that. You ain't doing nothing. You are a monster on these streets, and you're gonna get this work. I said it.
Give it to him.
Y'all call in person. Call in person. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for calling in. Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Cole.
You're welcome. You too. Bye bye. Yeah, you're gonna get this work because all it is, y'all, is deflection from the hearts and roses, y'all. All it is deflection. That's what it is. So now he's sitting up there probably calling Fab Babe behind the scenes and giving her all these long damn speeches. I don't even know why y'all would want to call into his show. He gonna do all the talking. What is wrong with y'all? Then y'all come over here. He wouldn't let me talk. And he don't want you to talk. Hello, this is Nicole Tyler. What is your comment?
Hey, Miss Nicole, it is just for a few seconds.
Go
I just
ahead.
want to say back to earlier what you said. That was my thought exactly. I heard how excited Elvira got in her voice when she said Butter is here, y'all. That wasn't nobody but his sister with that page. And y'all don't get excited. That is
What
her
is wrong
that's
with these
doing that.
people? These people don't got no minds.
And it's a reason behind that. The reason why she's doing that. The same reason why her first motive was for bringing him on. It wasn't so much of to just really cut James down. It's a reason behind that. But yeah,
Oops, I ain't mean to hang up on you. Call back, caller. And that's why, and that's part of the reason, call back, lady. That is part of the reason why QB is mad because QB know better. QB ain't hanging over there with no damn Fab Babe and Tracy D and not knowing the dirt that they do. And not know the dirt that they do. He knew that daggone butter was Fab Babe. Hello? Hello?
I'm here.
Okay, I'm sorry. I think I hung up in your face. I didn't mean to do that. I apologize.
Oh no, I'm another caller, Miss Tyler.
Oh, okay, well, but the other person called back. Okay, what is your comment? Sorry, y'all.
No, I just wanted to say I love your car chronicles first of all.
Yes,
But I
yes.
also wanted to say is that something that you said earlier really struck with me about the whole QB thing. And something that I noticed when QB had that explosion last night on Jay Wilson's platform, that anger has been brewing there for a long time.
Yes, it has.
That is not something that just started. You know what I mean? That's something
Right,
that he has been wanting to do for a long time, and I'm going to say rightfully so.
right.
And I just want to say this one last thing. You sit back and you just watch Miss Popper. It's about to be a big apocalyptic falling out between QB, Jay Wilson. That's already done started, and Fabe gonna be in it too. It's
Right.
about to go
I'm
down.
telling
That's all I
y'all,
wanted to say.
that butter here thing, that butter here, and I'm hearing that butter here supposedly said he gonna whip QB butt. I think I heard that. Y'all let me know if I heard that. And all that go together. And that damn butter here, I said it is Fab Babe. Okay, thank you, sir.
No problem.
Hello, this is Mr. Nicole Tyler Car Chronicles. What is your comment on the topic today?
Yeah, hey, what's up, Nicole? So my comment is
Tag, I hung up in a
I'm
lady's
with
face.
Jay Wilson. I feel like if it's your platform, you can have on there who you want. You can't nobody bully you or make you have on there who you want. If you want, because I feel like the whole thing remember when QB had Trey and Wiley on there and he ambushed all of them and they all got to arguing and stuff. So
Right.
he pretty much did the same thing. So you can't sit up there and be no crybaby. Like I feel like him and Chopper, they're the biggest crybabies. Like they just act, they just don't, they want to sit up here, they want to cry when somebody do something to them, but then when they do something to somebody else, they do the same thing to somebody else and they want to act like, hide their hand like they didn't do nothing. Like if you want to leave, then leave, bye. Please.
I think QB, that's
I
just
don't even watch QB anyway because he's boring. He don't do nothing but have people call in. He don't even really have no commentary. Like he's boring.
I think QB,
So
that is his
bye.
demeanor. I think his demeanor is the whiny, crybaby, victim.
Mm-hmm.
I just think that is his demeanor. But at the same time, just like when I went on Jay Wilson's platform and he was saying something about me, I started typing in the damn chat like, those are lies, those are lies. So when QB, and also what I'm hearing also, you guys, is that Fire Babe is the one who woke QB up. QB allegedly was laying in the damn bed asleep or laying in the bed, and Fab Babe is the one called him and told him that Wiley was on the show and got the whole thing popping allegedly.
Yeah, I'm sure it was. And
Okay,
then as far as Five Babies, like I feel the same way. You can't tell nobody what to do because you do whatever you want to do. on your channel, you do all kind of crooked stuff to people, so you can't tell people what to do. Now, I'm with Jay Wilson. I feel like I can do what I want, and you're not gonna tell me what I can do.
But see, he's very contradictory
Yeah.
because the thing is he's contradictory because he'll sit up there and he will take me and Tracy and talk about all the perceived negativity we do, and Fab Babe doing the same thing, even worse, and he won't even call her out. See, that is the problem. Hold on. The problem is not that he can't do anything on his platform. The problem is how he's doing things on his platform. If you gonna call out me and Tracy, then you need to call out Fab Babe. Okay? And don't just use us when you need a coin and you need a damn paycheck, okay? That is the issue, sir. That ain't the issue. What you saying ain't no issue. We can all do what we want to do on our platform. All right, well, let me let you go, sir. Thank you.
All right, bye.
All right, bye. Hello, this is Nicole Tyler. What is your comment on the topic?
Hey, Mr. Cole.
Hey, turn down your devices in the back. How are you doing today?
I'm great. I'm calling to respond about Jay Wilson. Can you hear me better now?
Yeah, I can hear you better now.
Okay, why is anybody shocked? Jay Wilson has showed you what type of person he is over and over and over again. He doesn't care about anybody. It's all just for clicks and views. His viewership is down. Yours are up. Tracy's are up. He's doing whatever he can to create content for himself. He could care less about TV, 5A, Wiley. Him and Wiley are one and the same.
Right.
Just go back and look at his videos for the last month. It's all attention seeking. Anything to drive viewers to his website or viewers to his channel. And nobody should really be shocked.
Right. I think that we're not shocked, but it's just that we're just waiting for him to get exposed and waiting for the fallout. I think that's what it is. We're just waiting for the fallout because of his actions. We're waiting for the fallout.
He's a narcissist. And this is the way narcissists operate. As far as the fallout, people love narcissists. Look at Jim Jones. He tells people what they want to hear, or he creates this aura about himself, and people will continue to follow him. His viewers are not upset about what he did. He's getting, I heard he had 1,000 people in his chat. He'll continue to do these things, pull these stunts. He's a megalomaniac. He doesn't have a component in his brain that shows any type of empathy.
Yeah, he doesn't have that. That is true. I mean, it's a shame. You know that's to be true, sir, because he uses God. He uses God. He uses God. Yeah, you're right.
Any cult leader, they're all, including narcissists, are all charismatic. People are drawn to them. He knows that, and he uses and abuses it. He doesn't care who he hurts. It's all about $1, and it's all about bringing gratification to himself.
Right. That is very true. So are you... go ahead.
Go ahead.
Y'all know who texted me? Wiley. Wiley, I'm live now, Wiley. See, Wiley playing games. Let me say I'm live now.
And QB, I don't understand what's the difference between Jay Wilson bringing Wiley on his platform now when QB was fine with it just a couple months ago.
But I just told you what it was. I told you what it was. He did it because me and the Hearts and Roses, we want to know what's going on with Mark and that dinner that he had and him meeting the son and the parents. I done told you that in this broadcast that he don't want to answer. It's a deflection. He don't want to answer about those 11 gifts that he promised his subscribers. That is what it is. So he bought Wiley.
Jay Wilson wants everyone else to be the content, but not himself.
Right.
Okay, I got it now. Thank you, Miss Nicole.
Yeah, that is what it is. Have you seen him answer any of my questions? He keep on telling people that I said this thing about him and El Teddy when I just told you all that he didn't accuse me of something he didn't fact check either. He didn't put information out about my daughter and me that was lies that he didn't fact check, but yet I got it from Simply Trey. And he still ain't acknowledged that either. So that lets me know that he's running
And he
from
that,
Miss Nicole
and he
Talent in the
never
Hearts and
will.
Roses.
He's a
Okay.
narcissist. That's how
Oh,
narcissists
this is Wiley
operate.
calling in, y'all. So, Lord, let me get Wiley on the phone and see
Okay.
what the world Wiley got
Enjoy
to
your
say.
day.
Thank you so much, y'all. You, sir.
Bye bye.
Wiley, this is Nicole Tyler. What is your comment on everything that's going on between you, Jay Wilson, Fire Babe, and QB?
Well, I would say this,
And your
Five Babe
questionable past. Go ahead.
they keep on talking about that they're gonna go to the church. Five Babe, you should take QB to the My Family Church so he can get prayer, so he can get delivered. He's grieving, so God can heal his broken heart. He have a broken heart. So maybe you can go, Five Babe, get on the altar, and maybe you get delivered of all that grease and evil spirit of yours. So the thing with Jay Wilson, I think he's a hypocrite because he kept calling you out and
Yeah,
he
he
don't want
did
to
do
call
that.
out his mess.
But why do you think did he call you to go on his show or you just went on his show? Well, how did
I
that
went
go?
on his show. I went on his live because I was on there and he said, okay, I'm gonna bring Wiley on. Before I bring this person on, I'm drinking some coffee because he saw me doing lives going because he watched everything I do. So I did J Don for 4 hours. I was on this other captivating Christian live for an hour. So he started that same strategy. Just dropped the StreamYard. So he started mentioning Bonnie Vaughn, all these people. So I said, I want to respond. I want to have a conversation because Jay Wilson said that I was dangerous. You understand what I'm saying?
Well, he's
So I
always
wanted to
said
clear
that.
that up.
Yeah, he did. Now he's always said that.
Yeah, he said that I was dangerous. So I'm like, if I'm so, why would you put that out there like that? So when I came on the air, a dangerous lunatic that is emotionally unstable, drunk, and high all the time, QB threatened me with death. Said you're gonna end up in the grave.
But Wiley. Let's keep it real. Now you just started watching the show. You don't know. I told you why he invited you on the show. Now we're not surprised that you wanted to go on the show because that's you. You'll call anybody's show. You'll call in. You'll go on
Oh
StreamYard.
yeah.
But he only did that because he does not want to answer questions about Mark that I put out on my
Oh no,
show.
no, no. He definitely don't want to answer questions about Mark,
But
and
but when
he
he
wants to make more money and more numbers than Five Babe as well.
but when he said that he would bring you on, what was running through your mind? You had to know it was a setup.
Oh, it was a setup. I knew he was going to try to make me look as being an evil person. I knew he was going to name drop your name. I knew he was going to name drop Tracy because he wanted to make it seem to get the pressure off of him because you need to ask questions about his man, about his financial situation. So I did say he slept with El Teddy dad, and El Teddy never said that didn't happen. So I can't
And
say that it
Simply
didn't
Trey ain't
happen.
answered it either. Simply Trey ain't said nothing about it either. So that lets
So
me know that Jay
I
Wilson is
mean,
clout
did we get
chasing.
El Teddy Daddy on the line? Did his daddy deny the allegations? El Teddy did deny the allegations. So I'm like, I got an email. I have a source. So we read with the story. He talking about fact checking. Last time I checked, Jay Wilson, you said that you saw a video of me and ZT getting it on, screwing,
Well,
hunting.
we
And you
okay.
said you saw the video.
Well, now, Wiley, why are you putting out all these false narratives, fabrications, allegations, lies on QB on your Patreon? Are you
Because you know
doing
what
that?
QB said about me? When you hit Lord, my motto is this, Nicole Tyler. When you hit Lord, I hit lawyer. Okay? He said that I beat my mother. He posted my beautiful chocolate thick, delicious body on his YouTube, said I beat my mother, and he made allegations about my grandmother. So you know what I did? I made stories about him.
But why
And
you
I don't
just couldn't tell the
apologize for
truth?
it.
But why you couldn't just tell the truth, Wiley?
You
Just like
don't
I'm
tell
doing
the
with
truth
Jay
about what
Wilson.
I said. Listen, I will tell the truth. If Jay Wilson would have let me speak, he didn't let me speak. He kept interrupting me. He could have threatened me. I would have said all of that. And then once QB threatened me, I'm like, bruh, you want to threaten me with violence? Do you really want to go there, you drug addict? You're supposed to
Well,
be grieving over your husband. So why you want to be
Well,
this
we
big
know.
gangster?
We know that QB is not grieving over his husband. I said that QB because come on now, you just because your husband, you have allowed your husband to be entered in the YouTube streets, and then you don't help the cause QB. But just because Rick Reed and other people said something, you don't have to acknowledge it. You can just ignore it and go on it with your content if you are a real YouTube content creator. Okay, you don't have to keep on bringing up your deceased husband. Oh, his birthday. I'm dealing with this. You doing too much. You're doing a whole damn production. So
Because
you
when
keeping
you
this
are
out
a
there,
drunk,
QB.
when you are a drunk, you always reminisce over the deceased, the dead. My mother did the same thing. Every time she would get drunk, she would say, "Oh, I miss my daddy. His birthday coming up. All this." I'm saying, and she was drunk. When she sober, she gonna cuss you out. She gonna say all that type of stuff. But when she drunk, oh, let's just sit down and just let her. No, I mean, you don't get no excuse when you drunk. And QB is a drunk. He's a drug addict, and he needs to get help with his addiction. And listen to this, Five Babe.
Nicole.
Your
Oh,
person
fine,
threatened
babe.
me with violence. That's illegal. And Five Babe, if you go to my church again, that's harassment. Why are you going to an innocent church? You should go.
Well,
Maybe it will teach you how to be a good woman.
Wiley, this happened long time ago. Are you still harboring those doggone feelings from
No,
last year?
she said today on her channel that I will go to the church again. QB said yesterday, fuck his church. So again, I'm going to stay on their neck. I'm not going to stop. And let me just tell you a
But
little
hold on,
secret.
Wiley. I want you to stay on their neck if that's what you plan on doing. But I want you to be honest with when you stand on their neck. You need to stand on their neck with the truth. Just tell
I
the
said
truth.
something when the church situation happened. I said, I'm going to get them back. It may be 6 months. It may be a year. It may be 2 years. I don't react like everybody. I will hold on to something for 6 months, maybe a year to react. And that's the thing. QB forgot about it. I was going to get him back. He posts my beautiful, delicious body on his
Because you were telling
YouTube
lies.
channel.
But that's what I'm telling you. You need to get him back with the truth. You don't need to make
No,
up
no, no,
no
no, no,
doggone
no, no, no.
lies.
And he said, I beat my mother, which was a lie. He went to the church and dogged out my family members with lies. And you think I'm not going to be an amazing storyteller? That ain't going to change. You ain't going to get that sympathy because you grieving. And you can cuss me out and cuss me like a dog. And I got to sit here while you grieve and just treat me like a dog, cuss me out, threaten me with death. And I'm just going to sit and take it. I don't do that. I
Well,
ain't running.
are you
I
planning
didn't
on
run
going to
like you two.
vacation? I'm hearing that you're supposed to be going to vacation.
Of course, I'm going to Chicago. Last time I
The
checked,
Taste of
they don't
Chicago.
own the entire city of Chicago.
So you are going to the Taste of Chicago. That's what I'm hearing.
Absolutely, I'm going to have a great time at the Taste of Chicago. They don't own the city of Chicago. And QB shouldn't be trying to run up on me and do no violence. He should be somewhere grieving. Because if you put your hands on me, best believe, without a doubt, you're going to jail. Jail. I'm pressing charges.
All right, Wally. Well, thank you for calling in. Thank you for calling in, Wally. Continue to watch the show.
I will. Thank you,
All
man.
right, bye-bye.
Thank you, Kim. Bye-bye.
Yeah, I don't think we got anywhere with Wally. He didn't really, he just owned up to his mess. He said that he told the lies. He said their storytelling. As you can see, what his storytelling has got him. Everybody in the sector is mad. Oh Lord. Hello, this is Miss Nicole Tyler's Car Chronicles. What is your comment tonight?
Good evening. That went nowhere. I mean, you had them right there.
We just went around and around.
Yeah, you asked all the questions, but we just saw a lot of bobbing and weaving and buck dancing.
Yeah.
I think he's just gonna the Wiley guy. I think he's just gonna continue to lie. I don't even know why he even brought himself over here.
Right.
Like, we're over here because we stick close to the truth.
Well, because it's a hot story. He feels guilty. He knows he told a lie. He know he infuriated QB
Right.
on the lies. QB has just got built up anger because he is mad at Five Babe and he's mad at Jay Wilson and he's mad at Wally. So it to me it just been built up. That butter here, in my opinion, that butter here, aka Five Babe, in that chick's chat, that infuriated QB as well. So it just didn't take QB a long time to. He was just waiting. He's like a ticking time bomb. And once Five Babe allegedly called QB, that's when it all just erupted. That is my summation of it.
I don't know how the Cyclops dude is perceived like among his audience, but over here, like I mean, like we already know that he's not good with the truth a lot of times. So we definitely look for that. And it seemed like his trip over here was just to do damage control.
Yeah. He was doing damage control, but it didn't really go over well. It was a big
fail. Yeah, it didn't land.
Yeah, it didn't land because what's going to land, Wiley? What's going to really land, Wiley, is the truth.
Yeah, like we hearts over here. We speak from the heart.
We want you to tell the truth over here, Wiley. This is a new year. If you plan on putting that past behind you, even what you did to me, what you did to a lot of people when you were with TSCC, you have to start telling the truth. Like I said, if you want to get back at these people, just tell the truth on them. Look at what I'm doing with Jay Wilson. Jay Wilson brought you on that show because he did not want to come to Nicole Tyler, the Hearts and Roses. He ain't want none of me. He don't want to answer nothing about Mark. He know he looked like a fool. Okay, what's your last comment?
Yeah, we're still interested in knowing about Mark and 11 Gifts.
All right, thank you. Okay.
All right, now.
All right, bye. All right, this is Miss Nicole Tyler. What is your comment tonight?
Hey, Miss Nicole. My comment is I do think that Jay Wilson was trying to avoid you, but I also think it was a calculated move on his part. I think Jay has been wanting to break away from Fireball for a minute, and this was the way in which he did it. Yeah, everything he does is calculated. When he wanted to break up with Tracy, he kept trying to figure out how to do it. And then, he finally got his opportunity in Joyce. If you look at what he's doing right now, he's hooked back up with Joyce. And then the other day when Johnny Mac kept explaining why he was mad with Tracy, over and over again, he kept saying because Tracy will not be okay with Jay Wilson. I'm thinking that what we're seeing is the changing of the guards. We see a lot of camps are now merging, moving around and things like that. I'm not going to be surprised if in a few weeks, because I told you Jay Wilson was fixing to break away from Firebomb. In a few weeks, we're probably going to see him merge right on over there with Sean Bradley and into that camp or whatever. But I knew he was going to have to break up with her before April. So what are we in February now?
How do you think that fit is going to be? I think that's really ill-fitting.
Well, Jay Wilson is basically a trick. So he'll do anything for money. He'll do anything for clout. He wants to be famous. He wants to have a dollar. So he's going to get in where he fit in. I think that's where the Joyce connection comes in with. There's a reason he's pandering to Joyce or whatever. So he's going to move on over there, kiss ass like he usually do, stab people in the back like he usually does. But it is what it is. I don't feel... I'm not happy about what happened to QB, but I'm not sad about what happened to QB either. You've done your dirt, dude. Stop trying to act like you haven't done all type of stuff out here in these streets. You sat up under Tracy, stabbed her in the back, then you flipped on her.
He did that to Rita, too. He did that to Rita, too, yeah.
Yeah, he did it to several people. So, here is karma. And from what we've been seeing on the YouTube streets, karma is not taking long to get her pay. So it is. Well, we're
gonna change just a little bit, you all. What do you think about Tony Terry being on Tatum Badussi's channel?
I thought Tony Terry was dead, but if he's still alive and he out here singing, I guess. But
he loves coming here to Richmond. He comes here all the time. Because he got that hit record. I played it on my Sip and Sing. I danced to it. That's the only one that I know of. And that song is like 7, 8 years old.
That's the only song he had. Or he had 2 songs. I mean, let's just be real about it.
Yeah, but I mean, what is your take on it? They act like, oh my God, that's a real star. from the
From
1980s
what
is
I
here.
see,
$1990s.
from what I see, what's left over there. It's not a lot of people who are left over there. The few who are left over there are like 60, 70, or the ones who nobody really ever wanted or anything like that. You could tell like by their clothes, attitude, way they dress and stuff. So they're really easily impressed. It's not gonna take much to impress somebody who. Food Junkie said the girl had got some Scarlet O'Hara curtains and made it into a prom dress. So it's not gonna take too much to impress them. So if they're talking about Tony Terry, I'm not surprised. I mean, it might as well be Flavor Flav. I
I was not
wouldn't
impressed either, and
be.
then I was really surprised that in my opinion, I don't know if this producer lady allegedly Ty, I don't know if she paid him or sent him over there, because they didn't seem real comfortable. Just to me, they were smiling and everything, but I did not see no connection there. And then okay, I didn't see no connection there. And then he was saying that he watches him, and I was thinking, well, if you watch him, and he asked him about a child. He said his child is 12 or 13. And I'm thinking, okay, if you watch him, do you know that what is being said about this guy is that he's a doxer? He talks about women. He put women up, pit women up against each other. He says mean, cruel things about young women. And I'm thinking, and you're on his channel just smiling like that? Like, who wants to be affiliated with someone who has a negative behavior in these YouTube streets? As being someone
Somebody who is desperate and who's a one-hit wonder and trying to
and
do
he got a
anything and
channel.
everything they can to earn a dollar or two.
300 people on Tony Terry's channel. 300 plus people. I was just like, what in the world? I was saying to myself,
I don't even think they did an unsung on him. I don't even think he worth of an unsung because he only got 2 songs, and only one of them was a hit. I don't know.
he got an
Like I said,
album, but it just he only had 1 hit or 2 hits or something.
yeah, they're real mediocre over there. They're really easily impressed.
Mediocre. I
But
said that word today.
delusional is the word for them. Delusional.
But let me
So
let you go.
it's sad though.
It's sad. It is sad.
It's over.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Let me let you go.
All right, bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye. Child, it's Nicole Tyler, Car Chronicles. What is your comment today on the topic?
Hey Nicole, how you doing?
Hello, I'm doing fine.
This Stacy.
Oh, hey, Stacy.
I didn't see Jay. I only heard. I mean, how can I say this? I don't see that he did anything wrong, like having Wiley on his show, because that's Jay Wilson. Jay Wilson have his dead mama on the show. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
As long as he can make a coin off of it. Jay don't care. I don't know how is it a big discrepancy because of 5A and I love QB. I don't see where the big deal was at. I didn't watch it. I did not watch it. But I just heard that it was like several meltdowns last night. And I'm like, well, damn, I missed a lot,
Yeah. Well, of course, if you're watching me, you'll notice a huge deflection because he doesn't want to answer any of my questions.
He's not going to, Nicole. He's not going to.
Well, I'm going to keep on putting them out.
With Jay Wilson, I don't care what you say. I don't care. But where I come from and the way that my brothers was raised, at the end of the day, you're still a man. So for him to keep coming, just talking about you and Tracy, I'm like, what does that really say about him?
Yeah.
Because, like I said, could be how I was raised. I don't care what a woman says. My brothers would never stoop that low.
Do you think that him and 5A are going to remain in an alliance together?
Well, that's on 5A about to cut up. That's the warning right there. Y'all just got it. That's the warning right there.
So you think she's going to spill some tea on a Labor Day event 2019? You think she's going to spill some tea? She's not going to spill any tea. You don't think nothing happened interesting?
That's not the change. 5A, that's company. You didn't see her today. All you have to do is watch 5A on everybody that she has fallen out with. Look how she did Axe April.
No, but I'm saying, do you think that there's some tea that has not been uncovered yet from the Labor Day event of last year,
Oh
2019?
well, yeah, but they're not gonna tell us all of it, but it might come out. It's gonna come out once 5A get into it with Jay.
Well, that's what
So
I'm
it's like,
asking you. Do you think that
yeah, I'm
she's gonna
sorry.
uncover
I'm at work
the
in trouble.
tea?
I got pots and pans. I got everything going. I'm at work. But all I got
Okay.
to say is about the ungrew. Because 5A, she done let a little air out the pot now. She's staring at the pot of gumbo now, and when it explodes, it's gonna explode.
All right.
All you have to do is watch it today.
So what do
You
you?
know how she
Let me
get.
ask you. What do you think will happen between Fat Baby and QB? Do you think QB has had enough? Do you think QB believed that Butter here was Fat Babe in that chick's chat, and Butter here
I
said he was gonna beat up QB? Do you think that
oh
was? Do
really?
you think that was Fat Babe, or do you think that was really Butter here?
Butter ain't gonna do nothing. Butter's butter. You
Is
see what I'm
Butter
saying?
on YouTube? Do you believe Butter is on YouTube?
That's what I don't. I'm not subscribed to him. I don't know. I heard 5A said that Butter supposed to be doing something, but who can be bothered? Who's really gonna sit there and watch Butter?
Well, that's what I'm asking you. Do you believe that Butter here was in that chick's chat the other day? And I'm hearing that troll page or that channel, which is Butter here, I believe it was Fat Babe. But I'm hearing
It
I'm
probably was
hearing that
5A.
that person said that they was gonna beat up QB.
No, because you know what? When we seen Five Butter on Christmas, he was like he not even for the mess. You see what I'm saying? So I don't think that that was him in the chat.
Southern
I didn't
girl.
see it, but just going by what you're saying and what I seen for Christmas, Butter don't seem like he about all that. You know, he was disrespectful to women,
So
but he
you
just seemed
yeah.
like he just trying to make some quick money. That's it.
So you believe that possibly could have been Fat Babe.
I said yes.
Okay, all right, all right. All right, well thank you, Stacy. Thank you for calling
All right, I'm gonna drop
in.
back in the
All right.
chat. All right, baby.
Okay, bye. All right, we'll take maybe 2 more calls, y'all, so I can go into the store. I'm going to get me some mushrooms to go in my spaghetti tonight. Okay. Unless y'all keep on calling in before I leave. Hi, this is Miss Nicole Tyler. Is this Miss Philadelphia again?
Yes, I got something to tell you. I forgot to tell you. Don't you know that Rebel Son called into 5A's chat?
And what did he say?
He called in the 5A chat and he let 5A know that he was disappointed in Jay Wilson for having Wiley on there. And he also said that Wiley lied on him and said that he couldn't pay for his mother's funeral.
Yeah,
And he said it
I said
wasn't
that in his
funny.
broadcast. I said that on the camera today. Yeah, I said that today.
Yeah. Yeah, so I don't know if Jay Wilson know, but even his own homie is like, you doing too much. Rebel Son was very much over there, like, it ain't about money. It ain't about no coin. And that's what I'm saying. Like, if it was a regular roast and the gag, that's different. But when you got people on platforms talking about real life stuff and dead relatives, Jay Wilson don't have no boundaries. He don't have no
He
boundaries.
don't care. He ain't
Because
got no
some things
family,
could be
y'all.
off limits.
I told y'all, Jay Wilson has no family. He has nobody to promote him like my daughter. He don't have no grandkids, the little pitter patter children running up the stairs, or grandpa Wilson. He ain't got none of that. He ain't got but a 32-inch screen TV, some high damn ceilings, and some damn Egyptian cotton sheets that he gotta lay alone until Mark comes over there to, give daddy some. Okay, he has nothing over there. I said it. Unfortunately, the poor man is pitiful, so everybody over there on Gentleman's Panel, Rebel Son, L. Teddy, all of y'all need to wake up and see what is before y'all. This man will sell. He will probably dig up his own family members to and bring them on YouTube, prop them up for a coin. He don't care about nobody on YouTube. Now it is. This guy didn't act like he was for God. He didn't act like he was a straight man. He didn't came up here acting like a thug. He didn't came up here acting like he write books. He didn't said he's a dean of a college. He didn't said that he sells prep. He didn't said all of these things, y'all. This man is a master manipulator, and all of his fans, the rider lives, they love it. So if this is not how y'all get down as far as the Gentleman's Panel or us in this sector, just leave him alone. You go watch him when you can stomach him, or when he's talking so slow, you just sit there and go,
Yeah, because that's the thing.
then you go
Everybody is
watch.
missing the point, Miss Nicole. Everybody is missing the point. It's not
What's the
about
point?
Wiley. We all know how Wiley is. First of all, it didn't take for Jay Wilson to put Wiley on his platform for him to show
What?
us who Wiley is. We are very much aware of who Wiley is. That's number one. We
Right.
don't need Jay Wilson to put him on it. Wiley shows us behind on his own platform. That's number one. Number two, everybody is missing the point. Like, we don't care what Wiley said. Wiley and QB are not friends. We care about what Jay Wilson allowed. If you my friend, Miss Nicole, for instance, if you my friend and you let somebody call and drag me and talk about me like a dog, I don't care nothing about the person that called it. I'm going to be mad at you. I'm going to be mad at you because you, as my friend, is supposed to shut it down. Listen, I'm not in it, but there will be no bad talk against Miss Philadelphia, whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
Jay Wilson had a duty to shut it down because now you got to come on the gentleman's panel with QB on Thursday. So I'm not about to let you sit here and drag my meat.
Well, a lot of people, but Miss Philadelphia, a lot of them thought that it was safe to be Jay Wilson's friend, because all of them had a general consensus that we are not going to allow Wiley on none of our platforms. But guess what? It got messed up because QB had him on the platform, L Teddy had him on the platform. So that made it so, even though Jay Wilson said he would never have him on the platform, he allowed him on the platform too. So what the hell was my point? All of it
And
is
that's the
about
thing,
money.
but see, everybody taking heed. They might not be saying nothing. See, Friday peeped it. She been peeped it. They only friends, like we said, for some business stuff. Now, L. Teddy, I ain't never known L. Teddy to call into no Friday live. He peeped it too. And all the people that's on the gentleman panel, take note. Joyce, take note. Jay Wilson is only your friend because he wants to get back at Tracy. So people need to take note. Jay Wilson don't care nothing about nobody but
Right.
himself
And he
and
can't
his
stand
money.
me or Tracy. He can't stand us. I ain't never did nothing
He
to him
can't
but
stand
roast
none
and
of.
gag him. But, oh well, it is what it is, Jay
And then he
Wilson.
ain't go back and forth with Philly Boy, but I'm glad he didn't go back and forth with Philly Boy because Philly Boy has every right to be in the stance that he's in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Jay Wilson, if you want to sit over there in my life, you gotta pick a side. If somebody do some downright cutthroat, rotten, dirty stuff to me, you gonna have to pick a side. Now, a little small argument, say I got a mutual friend and we got a mutual friend, something little like that, I don't care nothing about that. But if this person is calling me a child, you know what I mean, and a
Yeah.
abuser and all that, you gonna have to pick a side. You can't be friends with my enemy. And then you ain't staying neutral because you study going to bed about everybody else doctor, but you with the biggest doctor.
But see,
You
Jay
on the
Wilson.
same team with the biggest doctor.
But Jay Wilson goes along because he goes along with people who got clout and got big numbers. Like he used QB because QB is popular. He used Fat Babe because she got the 1,000 in the chat, Babe Nation, and they super chat every so often. And then he used James for James numbers and clout. So he was only
But
their
see,
friends
James
for that.
Caldwell seen the, but see, Philly Boy seen the bullshit. That's why he quietly took his purse and left the
Yeah.
gentleman panel because he seen that Jay Wilson was an opportunist and that
Yeah.
he's messy. He
Yeah.
preached a whole messy sermon yesterday. Something in my spirit telling me that sermon was for Philly Boy. That was his way of addressing him. He preached a whole sermon yesterday, but you can read through the lines in that sermon. I
So he
know I
so
could. See,
so
Jay
he
Wilson thinks
he preached a sermon, and the whole thing, you thought was about Spilling Boy, but yet he could call out me and Tracy names. So what is it about the women that we deserve to be disrespected? It's annoying as hell. Why is it that the
don't let me
women,
tell you why.
why we
Because
we
Jay
gotta be
Wilson ain't got
disrespected?
nothing
Our
for no
looks,
man.
the way we live, the way we have children, our personal, private parts. All of these things we get disrespected in this sector. Our brain, our minds, we're unintelligent, we're stupid, we're black bees by these men. But yet, when it comes to the men, they still hold them to some high regard. Like, oh, I can't say that about them. I'm gonna just give them a little light. But the women, we're nothing, and we are the damn mothers of the earth. We are the one who had them and put them to our breasts so they can suck. Okay. So it's just terrible. Go ahead. What's your last comment?
Yeah, so the reason why, as far as him and like, he didn't go back with Tommy because he ain't no match for Tommy. But truth be told, he didn't go back and forth with Philly Boy
He
because
don't go
Philly
back and
Boy
forth with
didn't
no
really
men
say anything wrong. He just
except
let him know,
Sean.
like, listen,
I
leave
mean
me alone,
Tatum.
I'll leave you alone. You
Tatum
know?
Badisi. He did go back and forth with Tatum Badisi, but it wasn't like no every day like he doing me and Tracy.
That's because he ain't no match for them. He can't really go to toe with no. This is what you gotta understand, Ms. Nicole. Jay Wilson is a woman trapped in a man body. He is nothing masculine about him.
Ugh.
He is a female.
Ooh,
Female. He
okay.
can't go toe to toe with even no gay man. Uncle Tim is gay, but Uncle Tim be wearing his ass out. He
Yes,
may
he
be
does.
61 with dentures, but guess what? They be nice and tight when he be munching on that ass, wearing him out.
All right, thank you. Let me take the next call. Call back, DC.
And you know who this is, Miss Nicole, Miss
Yeah, Miss Philadelphia.
Philadelphia.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
I'm about to change my name to Miss Not Biased.
Okay. All right. I like that. All right. Thank you. All right. Call back. Call back. Last caller, y'all. I just want to thank y'all. I was able to come in a little early today. This is going to be a hot topic all night long because people are watching Fab Babe. They're watching QB now. If you've been keeping up with Fab Babe, she says that she will not be even addressing the minions and the people that has 7,000 doesn't get 7,000 views and all these things, but yet she's addressing everybody still in the sector. So, I just don't take these people for their words, okay? These people tell lies. Hello, this is Miss Nicole Tyler. You are my last caller. What is your comment?
Hi, Miss Nicole. How you doing?
I'm doing great. What is your comment on the topic today? Jay Wilson, QB, Wally, 5A, Tracy D, the whole Rebel Son, everybody.
Yeah,
Me.
it's so interesting. I really feel bad for QB. I understand how it feels for people to attack you and for people who you thought was your friends to laugh at you when your family member is going through something or been through something. You see, because my name is Kiki, and when my mother was in the hospital, he was over there laughing. He was having call-ins. They were saying that my mother wasn't sick. My mother was in critical condition. And I was dang near losing my mind online. And they thought it was funny.
Oh, my
They thought it
God.
was funny.
Well,
Thought it was funny, huh, QB?
Oh, God.
Okay.
No,
That's all I gotta say.
Well, I'm
So when I
sorry.
closed my channel at 973 subscribers because they were threatening to call my job, threatening to do things to me, all because I didn't agree with something. So QB, you don't agree with something, now you're gonna shut down your channel? Oh, why your channel still up? When I shut mine down, I ain't make no big announcement. I shut the channel down.
All right. Well, I'm
Cut
sorry.
it out.
I'm sorry, ma'am, that about your family member. Is your family member okay now?
Mom is doing wonderful. She's covered by the blood, and so am I, QB. And when I said I was going to take my hands off of it, let go and let God, baby.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. And me and my Hearts and Roses, we want to send our prayers and everything for you and for your mom, okay? And Happy New Year.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And I would like to say, I'm not going to lie and say that I'm not laughing at him. I am, but my heart still hurts for him. Let me say that. Like, I'm not a bad person. Like, I'm going to pray for him, and I feel bad for him. And I understand how this could get to you mentally, but I am chuckling a little bit right now. Sorry.
All right.
Not sorry.
Okay, man. Well, thank you for that, okay? May God bless you and your family.
Okay, thank you.
All right, bye-bye. Lord, somebody was trying to get in, Lord, and call in. Okay. Well, this lady, what goes around comes around, basically. What you reap is what you sow. Okay, that's what that lady was saying. So, QB, if you're out there doing things and calling people's parents while they're in the hospital, I don't think that is something you want to do. I'm against that. Don't do that. That is not nice. This is Nicole Tyler. What is your comment?
Miss Nicole, didn't I tell you that Jay Wilson was fixing to try and move on over to the club chat? Club chat out there in the streets windmilling for him. Mature still made a video. Going at Wiley and taking up for Jay Wilson.
What?
Watch the games begin. I'm telling you, they so predictable. It's sad. They're so freaking predictable.
Now
Yeah, I already knew this was coming. Changing of the guard, so you can start to see the group start regrouping and stuff. He's doing his little power play. I knew he was going to do that once he heard that that producer didn't want no parts of Phi Babe. He didn't have no reason to be with her anymore. And plus, as we all know, Babe Nation crazy, and they're not a good look. So he's distancing himself just like we predicted. And
Well,
he's
he
gonna
can
be.
have it. He can have Club Badissi. We don't want no.
What's gonna tell you?
We don't want no parts of Club Badissi over here. We are happy right over here where we are. We don't want to be on no Club Badissis. No, he can
Just
have
watch
it.
what happens. Watch what happens.
Child, they
And
can
tell
have
me
it
if
over
I was
here.
wrong.
Child, well, I like I said, we all gonna be watching these streets tonight over there. We're gonna be watching all of their channels tonight. And if I fall asleep, I'm sure somebody will be sending me some text messages and everything. But he can have it. It's a shame that these people can't stand on their own. Like really?
Yeah.
Child, they can have it.
He ruined his platform though when he had hooked up with Fabe, so he know he had to get away from her. And so I guess now this is what he's doing. But I'm saying you still hooking up with a weakling because the only thing left over there is grannies.
But what do you think? How do you think the Rider Lives are gonna feel about this? They are with it?
Well, most of the Rider Lives are just like the few who are left over there in Club Chat. They're old, they're decrepit, and they want a man, and you know they're hoping that the gay man will be their man. So you know they'll fit right in.
All right,
they believe anything that they're told. So it is what it is.
That is some news. That was exclusive for this channel. This is what's going on, y'all. Jay Wilson got maturish of Club Badissi. They are taking up for Jay Wilson. So somebody's going to try to swoop and take Jay Wilson, okay, y'all? So they can have him.
Y'all
okay?
watch the streets. Watch and see what happens.
They can have him, but guess what? We're going to stay on all of their necks over here. All right? We got thorns. We roses, but we got thorns, okay?
Okay, bye-bye.
Thank you, boo. Well, I am Miss Nicole Tyler, a.k.a. Sexy Clean the Ruler, and I'm getting ready to be out, okay? We getting ready to be out. I want to thank all of y'all for coming over here tonight. This has been very enlightening. We are all just in shock at what's going on the YouTube streets, and we all just got to keep on watching, okay? All right, I am Miss Nicole Tyler. I love all my hearts and roses. Thank y'all for the cash apps, and thank y'all for all my moderators for being here today. All right, I'll see y'all later on. Let's go get it. Let's go get it. Get it. Even care what you think about me. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it. Get it. All you do is flap your thumbs, run and leave, making our lives to me.